Welcome to a new video. When Dark Shadows premiered in 1966, no one could have predicted the phenomenon it would become. At first, it was a relatively modest daytime drama. But everything changed when the show introduced Barnabas Collins, the tortured vampire played with haunting charm by Jonathan Frid. Suddenly, Dark Shadows wasn't just another soap opera. It was something entirely different, a moody, mysterious, and daring series that blended horror, romance, and the supernatural in a way that had never been done on television before. Set in the eerie Collinwood mansion, the show brought gothic atmosphere to American living rooms day after day. It was unapologetically dramatic and delightfully strange, with ghosts, witches, werewolves, and time travel. And yet, beneath the cobwebs and fog, there were deeply human stories about love, loss, redemption, and identity. The show also had a beautifully imperfect charm. Shot live to tape on a tight schedule, Dark Shadows is famous for its flubbed lines, shifting sets, and visible boom mics, but all of that only adds to its cult appeal. There's something deeply endearing about a show that dared to be so ambitious with so few resources. Above all, Dark Shadows holds a special place in the hearts of fans because it was so ahead of its time. It embraced darkness and complexity, and gave us characters who weren't just good or evil, but full of inner conflict. In a way, it paved the path for much of the supernatural storytelling we see today. Dark Shadows and Beyond, the Jonathan Frid story, is an emotional and captivating tribute to a man who brought to life one of the most unforgettable characters in television history, Barnabas Collins. As someone who absolutely adores Barnabas, watching this documentary felt deeply personal. It gives us a rare glimpse into the soul of Jonathan Frid, the classically trained actor who never expected to become a pop culture phenomenon. Frid didn't just play Barnabas. He became him. He gave the vampire layers of torment, longing, and tragic beauty. He turned what could have been a typical monster into a sympathetic antihero, complex, poetic, and heartbreakingly human. That's what made Barnabas Collins so magnetic, and why he remains my favorite character of all time. The documentary beautifully explores Jonathan Frid's journey from his early days on the stage to the whirlwind of sudden fame, and finally to his later years performing intimate readings and stage shows. We see the challenges he faced, the dignity with which he carried himself, and the deep intelligence he brought to every role. What I love most about this film is that it honors the men behind the legend. It shows us not just the vampire, but the artist, thoughtful, private, endlessly curious. And in doing so, it deepens the magic of Dark Shadows, reminding us that Barnabas Collins will always live on, not only in the eerie corridors of Collinwood, but in the hearts of those who saw the beauty in his darkness.
Streaming on Tubi. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.